Hey everyone, welcome back. We are diving deep today, getting into real estate investing.
Sounds exciting.
It is. We've got this awesome educational series outline we're going to be working from.
Okay.
Really break it down, give everyone listening a solid understanding of how to potentially build wealth
Potentially build wealth.
through property.
Yeah, real estate can be a really fantastic way to grow your wealth,
For sure.
but you really got to get the fundamentals down first, right?
Exactly. So right off the bat, this outline, it talks about these three main types of real estate:
Okay.
residential, commercial, and then rental properties.
Right.
What are the big differences there?
So residential properties, those are like your classic single-family homes,
Like,
condos, apartments.
gotcha.
A lot of times that's where new investors start out.
Makes sense.
Commercial properties, though, that's a whole different ballgame.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're talking about office buildings, retail spaces, even in industrial warehouses.
Yeah.
Those typically need a much bigger investment up front.
Right, right.
And you kind of need some specialized knowledge to navigate that world.
Okay.
And then there's rental properties. Those can be either residential or commercial.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. And they can offer some, passive income.
Ooh, passive income. Everyone loves that.
Exactly. But you got to know how to manage them effectively, or it can turn into a headache real quick.
So, okay, let's talk about rental properties for a sec.
Sure.
Everyone dreams of passive income.
Absolutely.
But how do you figure out if a property is actually going to be profitable as a rental?
Well, research. You got to do your research. You need to really look at the location.
Location, right?
Exactly. You want to see strong rental demand, low vacancy rates, and ideally, a growing economy.
Makes sense.
There are some great online tools you can use for that.
Oh, nice.
And also, talking to local real estate agents can be super helpful. They've got their finger on the pulse of the market.
Yeah, their boots on the ground.
Exactly. And then you also have to think about the actual condition of the property itself.
Right.
Does it need a ton of work?
Yeah,
Because those repairs can eat into your profits big time.
of course. Yeah.
And don't forget the ongoing costs, too, like property taxes, insurance, and just potential maintenance down the line.
So it's not just finding a place and slapping on some rent.
Not at all.
There's a whole lot more to it.
Definitely.
Now, this outline also talks about house flipping,
Ah,
which seems so exciting.
it can be, yeah.
What are some of the big things to look out for there?
So house flipping can be glamorous on TV.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. But it's so easy to underestimate how much those renovations will actually cost.
Yeah, I can see that.
You really need a realistic budget going in and then a plan B
Right.
for when things go wrong.
Because they always do, right?
They often do. Permitting can get delayed. You might find hidden structural problems. Or maybe the price of materials suddenly jumps up. All of that can really throw a wrench in your plans.
Yeah,
And of course, knowing how much the property's actually worth after you fix it up,
right.
that's crucial. Otherwise, you might not be able to sell it for a profit.
Right, you're not actually flipping anything then.
Exactly.
So let's talk money.
Okay.
Before we get ahead of ourselves and are
Yeah.
designing our dream kitchen,
Right.
let's talk financing. What are the ways people typically get the money to invest in real estate?
So traditional mortgages, those are the most common for residential properties.
Makes sense.
But when you're doing something like flipping where you need the money fast,
Okay.
investors might look into hard money loans.
Hard money loans.
Yeah, those are short-term, high-interest loans,
Okay.
usually from private lenders.
Interesting.
Yeah, and the interest rates are going to be higher, but they can be really useful for experienced investors who need that capital quickly.
Gotcha.
And then another option you have is joint ventures,
Joint ventures, yeah.
where investors can team up, pool their resources together, and then they share both the risks and the rewards.
I think one of the most interesting things about real estate investing is that it's so connected to how the market is doing overall.
Oh, absolutely.
How do investors deal with those ups and downs?
Well, understanding those market cycles, that's key. You've got interest rates changing, economic conditions,
Yeah.
even demographic shifts.
Ah,
All of that impacts property values and how much demand there is for rentals.
right.
Smart investors, they stay on top of these trends.
Okay.
That way, they can spot those emerging opportunities.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Spotting opportunities.
Yeah. For example, imagine a neighborhood that's in the middle of being revitalized.
Okay.
That could be a great investment before it becomes super popular and prices skyrocket.
That makes a lot of sense. Okay, so we've talked about the different types of properties,
Right.
finding good rentals,
Yeah.
all the details of house flipping and how the market plays a role.
Mm-hmm.
But what about the legal stuff and taxes?
Ah, yes. Real estate investing definitely comes with, certain tax implications
Okay.
and legal responsibilities. One of the nice things is there are some tax benefits.
Oh, good.
You can usually deduct things like mortgage interest, property taxes, and what's called depreciation expenses.
Depreciation, maybe.
You can deduct those from your rental income. And, when you sell the property, you could benefit from what are called favorable capital gains tax rates.
Gotcha.
But you absolutely have to understand zoning laws, your property rights, and all those contract details so you don't get into legal hot water.
Right.
It's definitely a good idea to talk to a real estate attorney and a tax professional.
This has been so helpful. Thanks for breaking all of this down.
You're very welcome.
Before we go, is there one key takeaway, like the most important thing you want our listeners to remember if they want to get into real estate investing?
I'd say the big one is to never stop learning.
Okay, yeah.
The real estate market, it's always changing. So you have to stay up to date on market trends, what financing options are out there, and any legal changes.
Makes sense. Keep learning.
Exactly. Even just starting to research different neighborhoods or, maybe check out a local real estate investing seminar.
That's great advice. So to wrap things up, I want to leave everyone with a question to think about. Does real estate investing fit with your financial goals?
Good question.
Yeah. Could it be like the key to reaching your dreams? Spend some time looking into it. Who knows? You might just find the path to financial freedom.
I like that.
All right, everyone. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah.